you'll have to re-add those.
Okay. Well,
so
we are now live.
Okay. Interesting. I thought we'd already gone live, to be honest. So good to see. So who have we got? We got nobody watching at the moment, which is understandable. And oh, great! We have a Bitcoin chart. That's quite something. And we have somebody watching on YouTube. Hello, whoever you are. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's Nick.
Oh, hey, Nick.
Right, let's get the URL of this and then see if we can tell people where it is.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Also, do you reckon StreamYard is oil powered?
It's got to be something like that, isn't it? Just they couldn't take the excitement of that. It's a very dramatic headline, I must admit, for the title of the live stream. So it was probably that.
Anyway, let's get. So I've got the URL there. Oh, I can't hear you now. Okay.
I'm here. Right. Shall I just keep on talking?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, WJMZ. That's good. Right. They're slowly drifting back. Let me just put that on. Oh no, I don't know. Let's do the Telegram. I thought it was my internet connection for a moment. But it wasn't, obviously, unless it's simultaneously happened in the suburbs of London.
No. yeah, because I kind of obviously thought the same thing at first, but then I kind of realised that things were updating. It's just that, because I tried a few other things, and so I definitely had.
Go back to my usual spot.
That sounds very like you're up a mountain with lots of wind blowing by.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I think it's coming through my phone, which I will change to the real mic now. God. Right. Microphone plugged in. Plugged in the power. Stuck my specs on so I can see things. What else? Change my settings. Audio to Scarlet 4, whatever it is. And right, can you hear me better now?
Yes. Oh, I'm going to type a comment on my Instagram.
Okay, I think
that is an improvement.
I think we're sort of getting there.
Yeah. Right.
So Nick K, no good sound. Sorry about that. It should be better now. I've got my
yeah. Do better, you. So just, I think I'm just going to delete
the previous. All that about?
It was weird, wasn't it?
Delete the previous what?
Previous live stream that just from my X feed, the one that went nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Deleted that. So now we just got the live one.
Well, give it the new. Give it
large. That's what you need.
Sorry, everyone. Like, we'll be there in a minute. I just want to change my X thingy. God, I thought it was going to be. That was the least smooth we've ever done.
Oh, I mean,
the thing is,
yeah, go
on.
He's still there.
Even my X is loading slow though.
Okay.
I think there's something bigger.
It might be a combination.
Going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There always is. Believe me. We need Scotty around to tell us about all of that. Always something bigger going on. But Yeah, I don't know. I think we lost all of our X viewers. So welcome everyone who's watching on YouTube, and people who have left on X. Well, you know, do come back, even though you can't hear me saying that because you left. Don't just do what others do when they fled X and just fled over to Blue Sky or whatever, and just I can't take the speaking of free opinions on X. I'm going to flee to a echo chamber platform for my sins or whatever. But yeah, I'm talking rubbish now. Should we talk about Bitcoin and things?
Yeah, let's do that. Right. Oh God, that wasn't quite how I planned it to go, really.
No.
Anyway,
no.
Right. Right. Hello,
you
all three of you.
Yeah.
Hello. Well, I'm gonna say three of us, but I think one of them's me. So I think it's just Nick and WJM actually. But anyway, hello guys. Oh dear. 1 minute Bitcoin's been quite good fun with Quadzilla. If I can make it load. Oh, God, this is like...
you and your internet. Yeah.
Oh God, oh dear. I'm gonna have a word with them today and see what's what. They actually sent me an email yesterday saying your speed is within what we said it would be. And I was like, okay, but that's crap,
just not consistently. So
every no, it's consistently. It's consistently crap, actually, you know. So, okay. but it is within their, you know, what they specified, sort of thing. I didn't realise it was quite specified quite so low, actually. Oh God, this is just painful. Oh right, it's there. Thank God for that. Yeah. Right. So
somebody needs Starlink, I think.
I the only way I can do it is by putting the thing on the roof of the house, and because it's not my house, I don't particularly want to do it. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll just do it anyway. Just kind of, you know.
Yeah, I might do.
Yeah, don't even ask for permission to do it, and then say, "Oh, sorry, I thought it would be fine."
Oh, they wouldn't mind. It's just that I don't quite know how long I'm going to be here. You see, so
yeah,
okay. I suppose it's not a big deal. I also don't like ladders, so I'd have to pay someone to do it as well.
Yeah, I mean that's sensible anyway. That's money well spent to not fall off a ladder.
Yeah,
from a great height.
You know, I always think of Rod Hull.
Oh, is that what happened to him?
Do you remember? Yeah, he was adjusting his. Yeah. I don't know if he had his emu with him, but
was emu the cause? Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he was adjusting his. I don't think it was a satellite dish. I think it was his TV aerial.
It would have been back in those days, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and he fell off the roof, and that was it. That was the end of it.
Yeah,
and that's a bit scary. I also worked on this hotel in Borth in Wales, just up the coast from Aberystwyth, and which is where I lived for a while. And I was working with this guy I met in the pub, and we were sort of, you know, doing some roof stuff, and it was about like 5 stories up in like howling wind and stuff. And we didn't have proper scaffolding or anything. We had scaffolding. It wasn't very good though, and it was just absolutely completely dangerous. And I'm just traumatized by it, to be honest, even though it was decades ago. You know, sort of it was just absolutely horrific. You know, and I think I got 30 quid for a day's work, you know, and I was thinking, well, that's not bad. And it's like, looking back,
you can't retire on it.
No, but it was a long time ago. Oh God. Anyway, Bitcoin's been quite good fun actually. I've been just waiting. I know at some point it's gonna dump quite heavy, but meanwhile we are getting these quite good sort of like little scalpy retracements where it's coming back to this 1 minute, sort of like,
that's amazing.
you know, going up and then coming back again. I know it's been really good fun actually. Sort of, I've not been doing it with like good, you know, like big position sizes sort of thing, but you know, since yesterday, it's been nicely sort of doing the opposite of that slinky thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
And
like the stairs have been turned upside down or something.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, and just really kind of, you know, respecting these levels. There's obviously these ones here, sort of like 69,800 and 69,400. That you know, it might come down to probably next, but it's been quite good fun. And what I've been noticing,
even the red ones actually. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I was just saying, even the red ones, like, because they stop plotting, but it looks like those levels as well are pretty good, because like that.
Yeah.
They're actually marking out the tops pretty well.
Yeah, and also, what's been quite good as well is if you sort of enter on the 1 minute retracements like that. I mean, there's one coming up here. You know, this one here. So we'll see what that does in the moment. That one will probably come down to close this step 3 here of this one here. So something like 73.80.
Yeah,
it'll do that. But then for the getting out, I've been finding like the 3 minute quite good fun, which might take a little while to load, but there you go. So yeah, so as you're going up sort of thing, you know, it's been going up and then on its way down sort of thing. It's been, you know, obviously when it's drawing that red bearish one, that's normally like quite a good time to get out, isn't it? You know, and then it comes down again.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's been good fun, but this 1 minute mainly is just really good. And anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I
mean, that last one, yeah. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Go on.
Well, it's just saying that
all
last
the chaos going on
has just come down, and it's I mean, that last one just ended perfectly, didn't it? Just like touchdown.
Yeah.
So you're saying chaos?
Quite good actually, because I'm long from sort of like here somewhere. Hang on, 73.48. So about here.
Okay.
So I'm long there. So when all the chaos was going on, was that really only 11:52, wasn't it? So that was when all the chaos was happening. So I didn't actually get out of my trade up there, unfortunately. So I'm actually still in it. So I'm only slightly in profit now because it's come back here. But we'll see what happens. It might go back up again now. But I think it's just doing a bit of that, isn't it? At the moment.
Yeah. So what are the percentage moves that we're looking at on those? Because
they're not big.
It's volatile, obviously, but it's volatile in a very sort of reliable, sensible kind of way, predictable way.
Yeah.
As in a very tradable way, really. So
yeah. I mean that is about 0.5%, you know. So say from that green there to the top there, it's about 0.5%, you know. So what was it? I
could still scalp
20x
very nicely. Yeah.
So I'm doing it on 20x and keeping my eye on it, you know. So obviously a 0.5% move on 20x is whatever that is, 10%, isn't it?
10%, right?
Is that right?
Yeah. No. I got my maths a bit.
0.5% on 10x would be 5%, but I'm on 20x, so it'd be 10%, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm not being particularly greedy. I've generally been just taking profit at about 5% and then just sort of doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
But
rinse and
that's
repeat.
been quite good. Yeah. I am aware at some point though it probably will sort of woof down, you know, depending on what's going to happen. But I was going to talk about I had my Wikipedia page open about So I've also just eaten a couple of boiled eggs quite quickly as well.
You should keep them in your mouth. Do the hamster cheeks thing. And just
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, Ras Laffan.
Yeah. This Ras Laffan thing. It's like this. Hang on. Has it got the stats here? This controls like oh, hang on. It's something like 20% of the oil in the world.
Yeah,
something like that.
A lot of gas.
I heard this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Gas in it. So yeah.
It's liquid natural gas, isn't it?
Yeah. In which case, that isn't good, is it? If that's been attacked,
it does rather suggest that if your house, like if your central heating and your hot water is gas powered, you may want to get the latest reading in fairly quickly, because I think the prices are going to skyrocket, aren't they?
Yeah, or swap to a fixed tariff. I think they'll probably be a bit hard on that, though, isn't it? Yeah. Or just move somewhere warmer, but not that warm. You know?
No,
not as warm.
A bit too hot for my liking. Yeah,
not quite Qatar warm, but
No.
Yeah. Oh, bloody! So yeah, sorry, that threw me a little bit, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so that's what I'm seeing and stuff. And do you want to talk about some stuff?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I would say so the Qatarians, I guess, they might think they've got problems being incessantly bombed and so on, and that seeing their kind of national product, I suppose, just kind of go up in smoke and so on. But I actually drank a cup of tea earlier on now, and it's given me a bit of an upset tummy. So I've got problems too. So you know, I mean, okay. They should put their problems in perspective, is what I'm saying.
Right. Do you think your problems will affect the world economy?
Well, it's going to affect my economy, though. That's for sure. Grumble. So anyway, that's probably in very bad taste. But yeah. So, I was just experimenting with writing a TradingView indicator, just kind of vibe coding it, essentially using Gemini and I've forgotten what it's called now. Their thing, the Gemini thing. What do we call it? Sorry, 1 second. It's gone there. Yeah, but the thing they use, so where you can just kind of like type stuff in and prompt it, and it updates the script right there and then. So it's pretty good. I mean, the initial version it wrote was using PineScript version 5 for some reason. I mean, I didn't specify, but the latest version that everything runs on in TradingView is PineScript 6. So I just told it to redo it, told it to cut down the number of comments in the code because it was ridiculous. Like every line had a 3-line comment and things. I just told it to get rid of those, and then it just iterated and improved it. But the thing itself, I just wanted it to show. I mean, I know there are indicators already that do this, but I was curious to see how it'd work out. But I wanted it to show the just like the cycle, the 4-year cycle high and the 4-year cycle low for each of the past Bitcoin cycles. And I didn't tell it how to go about finding those, calculating those, or whatever. I was just interested to see what it would do. And so it showed that one. Oh, and also to project into the future, like the projected next cycle high and cycle low. So that one, November 21st, it seems to have said that the cycle high was down here when there was one right next to it. There's up there. So I think if I bother to iterate that anymore, the experiments, then I'd need to just like tell it to do this in a slightly smarter way, even just like a historical way, just to find the high and the low. But then also that cycle low down there, which is about right, wasn't it? 15.6-ish in 21st of November 2022. But then along here, this last one, it's got projected high down here versus the actual high, which is obviously up there. And even on TradingView, it's kind of marked out that the high of the visible chart anyway as being the actual high just there. So, but it's kind of interesting in the sense that when you dig into writing an indicator like that, it forces you to think about, okay, so how do we actually define these things at all? Because like, by the way, I wasn't intending to really talk about any of this. It was just suddenly realized I still had that on the chart. But because how do we actually define the cycle highs and lows? So because that clearly isn't the cycle high. It's the one next to it just before, because it's higher. So if we mark it out as purely as a 4-year cycle, I guess it's just the closest one to the 4-year cycle, because obviously if that was that the cycle high, November 2021?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because then obviously it came down and it just went blobbly blob for a while, and then went higher. I mean that was then in 2024. Yes, that makes sense. It was a bit later. So, but I could see an algorithm that was trying to sort of just do this in a more calculated kind of way, rather than just adding 4 years on each time. It might even, like, how do you stop it from looking at this high? Like if it's just based on the all-time highs, it might look at that and say, oh, well, that must have been a cycle high, because that was the next all-time high. But that's clearly not the 4-year cycle high. It's kind of there. So it then kind of forces you to go into like actually defining it in a very kind of in very specific terms about what actually is a 4-year cycle high, what's a 4-year cycle low specifically, rather than just like eyeballing it on the chart. Just kind of interesting anyway. I've rabbited on about that enough, I think, so I'll just switch that off. But very cool. I could recommend doing that, just kind of iterating in Gemini through creating those sorts of things, because they do say that AI can sort of take away a person's edge, in the sense that it does the thinking for them, but in some ways it actually forces you to think a bit more when it's this sort of thing, because you're actually guiding the AI in effect. It's just doing the low level plumbing and that kind of things until you ask it to figure this out and define it for you, and then it's just whatever. But yeah, so here we go then. So that was on the weekly. Let's kind of drop down to, what should we drop down to? Don't know. Maybe go to the 4 hour. That's probably interesting. So on the 4 hour, we've got there was a bunch of lines on here that I drew in, was it, I guess, yesterday, the last live stream we did for this, and of course there actually, where should I even start? There was this, wasn't there? This kind of, sorry, I'm just realizing I'm leaning off the screen doing that. So yeah, this trend line we drew in, which I think was maybe a bit of a dodgy trend line anyway, but at the same time, it marked that kind of that low there, which is just February, near the start of February. So the 6th worked its way up. So like low, higher, low, higher, low. That one as well, really. And then higher, low, higher, low. And in fact, kind of started to take off away from the trend line, which is always a bit of a positive sign. So over the course of that, however long that was,
mind you could draw another trend line, couldn't you? You could draw another trend line starting off at that last touch point, sort of joining up with the other two on the right. Yeah, going from there and then going
true.
to
as in we could now kind of make that a steeper trend. Yeah, I think that would also be rather correct as well. It's a good point, actually. So I feel like I want curving trend lines. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so you can just kind of see that it's accelerated in effect. Would that with I don't know, curving trend lines? Yeah, probably not. So but yeah, so that there's a definite incline there. Then it was a steeper incline, so the price upward trend has accelerated for sure. So and what's also quite telling is that this this bullish retracement level here that Quadzilla has drawn in, the price came down. It didn't. We were kind of expecting it to touch down and touch that, and ideally just like maybe wick slightly below it and bounce away. This is one of the few cases where that didn't actually happen. But that in itself is a very positive read. I mean, you can interpret that as meaning, well, that's still yet to happen. So the price could well still come down and do that before heading up, and then where it goes, who knows? So, or it could mean that the market has got more buoyant, more just got stronger since this started to draw back here. In which case, it might continue to do that, because we could then actually be seeing an even steeper still trend line that doesn't work. Maybe I should do it not from the wick, but from that'd be. How do I do that? Oh, if I do that, it's actually broken below that in any case. So not that then. That paints a negative picture. But there was this line here. I think what I was trying to say there was that we could see even more of an acceleration of the price heading to the upside, which would be nice. But yeah, so this this level I drew in here is kind of based on the fact that we'd seen resistance at that level all the way back here, again back in February, like mid-February, but it was very slim kind of resistance. There's just not much in the way of order volume going on there. It's like, reach up and touch, reach up and touch, reach up and touch. There's no like, massive battle of bears and bulls and just orders being eaten up, and just there's no like sideways kind of accumulation of just orders just being eaten up and so on going on there. It's just like literally that touch, 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 and then after that, when the price headed up through, smashed up through, it was kind of a token resistance that it put up there. So just touched off that and then just smashed on down, back down, just like no real support. Sorry, not resistance. It only became token support at that point. Yeah, because there's just no liquidity along that line, and yet it's still shown to be kind of significant. So we are kind of back at that line over here. It was kind of slightly flaky support, just going along here in the sense that we wicked down below it. It averaged out. You could kind of see that as being a point of control in terms of the order volume along there, and along here again it was kind of resistance there, but certainly like just kind of poking through the middle of the probably the order book, or rather of the active orders, the aggressive orders that are going on as it kind of moves through there, and kind of remained pretty much as support there. So that might, in other words, we've started to see more liquidity actually building up along that level as it goes along. So it's probably becoming a bit more significant now than it was kind of back here. So we might actually be seeing like stronger support there. And if it dips below it, we might, if it does come down to here or bounce off that trend line, then it might also be stronger resistance. We might struggle to get back above it. So I would say that's a bit of an important line to hold, which is pretty much 70k, as it turns out. It's the old psychological level, isn't it? So certainly on the 4 hour, 70k becomes a critical level at which to close above. I think obviously if a wick's down, that's fine, but just close above it. 4-hour chart, if you don't mind. So quick look on the 1 hour. Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, one thing just before we go to that, if we go over to, I guess it's this one, onto the weekly. I just wanted to revisit this for a second, because obviously we were tracking this kind of giganto steps down thing. We were tracking that for quite a while there, and this. So yeah, from all the way back here, I won't recap this too much because I've gone over this like lots of times. About 30% down, 8% recovery, 30% down, 8% recovery while accumulating sideways. But then I guess what are we on the weekly? Yeah, so last week the pattern kind of got invalidated because the weekly actually closed above that 8% recovery, and but since then it's kind of, how do I just get it to? I want to get it to not be showing that now. Oh well. So yeah, and then it's kind of come back down below that line, below the top of that 8% range at the moment. So I think if the weekly, yeah, I guess if the weekly candle closes below there, then this pattern is kind of back on again, which might be a bit worrying, because then it gets the end of there and it'll just kind of drop down deeper into the bear market, down to kind of 50k. Potentially it might react here for a bit first, kind of. So basically it's like kind of, so at the moment we're at 70k, it might drop down to 60k, and then from there it might drop down to 50k. It's it'd be very neat and tidy if it does that. It would satisfy my inner kind of OCD maniac or whatever. But it's just, but apart from that, I mean, if it does that, when would it come down to that? It might be, I mean, that's looking like April, May, because the likes of Crypto Rover have been talking about this kind of shortened bear cycle, haven't they? That rather than the price bottoming out kind of towards like September, October-ish of this year, that it might be sooner. It might be kind of April, not April, might be May, perhaps June. If that was the case, then that kind of 50k-ish could be the bear market bottom. It depends. It might be there. I think if it's a, actually, how would it work? I was going to say if it's a deeper bear market and goes into September, October, before starting to recover, then this sort of retracement level here, like 27k, kind of might be on the cards. But maybe drop down to the 2-day on that. I mean, yeah, to be honest, this has got similar retracement levels even on the 2-day. Nice thing about Quadzilla, it has that. It agrees with itself across the different time frames. So yeah, so that actually makes that a bit more probable, I think, that that we could kind of come down and touch that level in the bear market. But yeah, what I was going to say was that it might be a shallower bear market in the sense that the price kind of just doesn't, and it maybe comes down to there. It kind of does the bottom of a bull style, just kind of a recovery into steady ascendancy, more or less, with a lot of zigzagging on the way. But so that's one option. Or it might be, rather than a shallow bear market, it might be a much deeper bear market and come all the way down to there. I would suspect that'll be more of that if it does that, as in a sharp recovery. So potentially shallow recovery, wide bull, deeper bear market, probably sharper, I would think. is that how they tend to play out in either case?
Well, do anything,
probably
do anything, can't it?
Yeah, true. But I mean, because if you look at price patterns where you kind of get like a V-shaped recovery, don't you? So if it is kind of like, we should draw it there. There's a V to illustrate. It kind of comes down sharply, heads up sharply, versus that, as in like Monsieur maybe needs to go on a bit of a diet, so that kind of a bottom, and just round and broad and a bit saggy, so there's your options. There's the what's the pattern where you kind of get a bit of, you get that and then that, or it might be the other way around.
Oh, is it an Adam and Eve or something? Or
yeah. Never really sure. Is that meant to be suggestive? It's usually that, isn't it? Or is it that side?
I think it's that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Suggestive. What, as in a?
Is one poking the other? is essentially the question.
Takes a bit of imagination, doesn't it? But
yeah, it's like the constellations. It's like, and this is Cassiopeia approaching the whatever, the Gorgon. Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. That Orion, that definitely looks like a hunter, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you can just utterly see it.
Yeah, just clear as day. It's like
ironically, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So I mean, we're on the 2 day at the moment. I was going to say, let's reset that for a moment, but then absolutely trounce that. Maybe I'm just going to hide things for a moment. Maybe even just switch off the old Quado for a second. And so of those, what's that then? That's oof. Yeah, I mean, in technical terms, that is definitely an oof. Because actually, if I start to draw, that's going to switch on all the scribblings here. Maybe I'll find a different chart. What's this? How's this for scribbles? That's okay. I'll delete the scribbles off here and won't even notice. So actually, I hope they weren't important. So yeah, this one, it's a continuation pattern, isn't it? Hugely. But then again, that's kind of what was being charted out on the weekly that we were showing with the 30% down, 8% recovery and so on, because it's very much that bear flag outwards, that bear flag outwards, that it feels like it's going to continue doing that until it doesn't, but at the moment it's ripe for just continuing to do that, because it's so, yeah, it's going down again. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like, is that because that's not a bottom pattern. It's not a V-shaped recovery, nor a kind of U-shaped recovery. It's a bear flag, and so yeah, and I kind of measured this out previously in any case on that diagram, but from maybe from the wick down up to Z top, that was about 20%, call it 20%, give or take, 21, right? But this one so far has been 26%, which rather suggests that there's just going to be more downside ahead. Like whether this just crabs along sideways a bit doing that, but I'd be a bit surprised if it kind of headed back above that 76k that we kind of saw for that. That's just going to do that, isn't it? Again, down.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. And it's I measured that. Oh no, I didn't measure that way, right? So yeah, 38% like wick to wick absolute top to absolute bottom at that 38%. Even if it's from there, we're going to need more chart. They're down 38. Another 38% would be 47k. So not far off that kind of. I mean, it's like 50k was kind of the center of that range on the weekly chart that we're looking at. So, and that one down was also is kind of similar, isn't it? 36k. What was that? Did I say 38 for that? Yeah. So 36%. That was 21%. 38% and 26%, wasn't it, for that one? Which is surprising. So yeah, 26 and 7. So big drop, fairly major recovery. Not quite as big a drop, bigger recovery. So maybe the next one would be a bit smaller again, whatever the difference is. So say even if it's 30%, don't know, 30% would be there, 52, 50. So yeah, so I reckon 50k is going to bottom out at.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I can't see why not, actually.
Yeah.
Just noticed a comment here from WJM saying, "What alts are you both looking to buy?" I'm not.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, me neither, to be honest. But it's just because it's a bear market. That's what we're meant to be doing, isn't it? Buying alts. It just doesn't seem like the right time yet, given there's this sort of thing going on. Why? I don't know. I mean, yeah, DCA into them, but yeah, I don't know. Probably Solana, to be honest. Just it's unglamorous. Actually, how is Solana doing? Isn't that weird? Solana is now the unglamorous sort of alt.
Yeah.
Used to be exciting.
It's probably a reasonable bet, to be honest, actually. But I mean, the problem with me is I'm for various reasons I'm bag holding CRO because I've got that stake to get the card, and because I'm staked at the 2020 level. I don't want to unstake it because if I restaked it, I'd have to restake a lot more. So
I'm in that situation, but looking in from the outside. So I've got a bunch of Crow coins, but
right,
they're not staked. So
okay.
Well, no point then.
Well, if you do stake them, you only have to stake them for. You can unstake in 30 days. It's not like you have to lock them for a year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. In fact, you're right. Maybe I should just restake them. Just get a few more Crow in the process.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got, if you've got enough to get to one of the card levels, there is that. I mean, to be honest, my daughter uses my Spotify account, so I get the free Spotify and
yeah. Okay. Does that get you the HD and all of the good Spotify things? I mean, it's a relative term.
Sorry.
Does that include like the HD music, or the good Spotify things?
Oh,
is it premium?
No, probably. It's just they just refund about.
Yeah. Okay. I remember.
I think they refund up to $15 a month or something like that. So it's about it's the 12. It's a 12 quid one or whatever that was.
Yeah, and then they trust you to actually use that to buy.
Well, no, because what it is when you pay this, you pay the subscription with the card, and then every time you pay it, they refund it in CRO.
That's interesting.
That's the way it works. So I get that. I also get the free airport lounge that I haven't used for ages, actually.
Go somewhere. Yeah.
And I'll get something else as well. I can't think now, but something else I use as well. You don't get the Amazon Prime anymore, which is a bit annoying. They stopped that. So yeah, for that reason, I've got a bunch of CRO. I've got a bunch of Swissborg because, well, just because I have really. I do think that will do all right. in the future, but
Yeah.
it's all a bit slow, to be honest. And I did look at the Swissborg versus Bitcoin chart, and I think, why didn't I just buy Bitcoin?
Yeah.
So there's that, and I got a bunch of chippy, which is looking pretty bad at the moment, actually. So still,
you'd have a look at that, maybe.
Yeah, could do. Oh, I haven't even played no jingles today, have we, or anything like that?
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, sorry. Should we just play it?
Which one?
Should we just do a sudden barrage of jingles? We'll just do the TA one.
Well, we should do that right now. So that's there to remind you what you are watching,
Yeah.
Anyway, there's that. Yeah, we'll look at Chippy in a minute. But so the Chippy, I'm waiting on whatever they're going to do next. The Chippy version 2 or whatever it is. I don't know, to recover, and then I'll decide what to do.
Yeah. Sure.
After that, I mean, to be honest, if it goes up loads in value, I'm just going to dump it, I think. But
okay. So you're not going to be the next Chippy ambassador, are you?
No. I think that bridge has been
that bridge has sailed. I think, yeah.
That bridge has sailed. Yeah.
WJM just saying, what's the news with Zoid? Have we seen news from it?
I can't say too much, but I don't know what I can say, really. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but it's they have this thing where they keep sort of trying to get the app approved by Apple, and I think they have to. I think Apple do their approvals around the middle of the month, so I was kind of expecting to hear something around about the 15th of March, and nothing happened.
Okay.
The only problem with them,
yeah,
I don't know. The only problem with them, is I really can't say too much, but I know they've got enough money to last them a few months. But it is only a few months. If they don't get the product out this year, it's going to be a problem, And the fact that they said, I mean, what they did, they said they'd have the app out in January, and it never happened. And it's now whatever it is, March, isn't it? So that's a little bit rubbish. Now some of that was to do with the Quicko card provider that they were using. That's some sort of Polish card provider who I did a video about it ages ago, but it's they basically got involved in some dodgy stuff, and it didn't just affect the Zoid Pay stuff. It affected things like the Huawei watch payments, where you got your Huawei watch, but it affected about 300 crypto businesses. So it wasn't actually their fault. So I'll give them that one. But after that, they said we don't want to give any more dates because it's down to third parties. So at the moment they just won't give any dates about when things are going to come out and stuff. But I honestly believe it is going to be soon, and I honestly believe that when it happens, it will be good. I hope.
I don't know. It's a ringing endorsement, I say.
Yeah, but it's just been so bloody long, just waiting for them to get their act together,
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's been very frustrating. That's another one of my bag holds is ZoidPay, and yeah, so there's that. What's the other thing I bag hold as well? Swissborg, Zero.
Is there anything you can say about Swissborg at the moment?
Swissborg I went along to their ambassador thing last night, and basically what it is,
ambassador. Yeah.
What it is, they're encouraging people to create meetups in wherever they live, and basically you get given stuff to give to people, like you get hats and t-shirts and all that. They reward you. I mean, it's not a lot. It's about like if you can get if you get 3 people to come along to your meetup, you get about 30 euros worth of Swissborg. If you can get 6, it's about 50, and then it kind of goes up quite a lot after that. You don't actually have to do anything. All you have to do is just go and meet in a pub and have a few beers. And so
do they? I mean, curious about that. Do they check?
What they do is you create an event on Luma, and then when the people arrive, they have their QR code, which you then sort of and then that proves they went to the event. Yeah. So basically, they check that everyone actually, you scanned their QR codes. So I was thinking, and my question was at the time, I said, well, I live in a place in southwest of England where it's all about tractors and cider. Really, it's not really it's not
if you just find some way to combine those things.
And I mentioned Bitcoin to someone a few weeks ago, and they said, "Oh, is that something to do with Elon Musk?" And it's kind of like that. It's like so. I can't see me finding more than one person interested in crypto within a 10-mile radius of where I live at all.
Yeah. But in the meantime, have they sent you a stack of baseball caps that you need to get rid of?
No. Okay. But what I did say, I said, but what I do have, I do have a YouTube channel. I do have a Discord community with nice people in there. So they are all around the world. Certainly all around the country, all around the country as well. But like, they are a community, and we do actually have the facility for a kind of like, pub style meetup, albeit virtual, So, could I use that? And they said, that's not something that's not what this is about at the moment, because I was thinking they could, people come along and they just, send me their QR code, and I just like scan the QR code, and like, there you go. There's like, 30 people in my virtual pub, and anyway, so that they kind of said no to that, which I thought was a bit. They didn't say no. They just said like, that's not what we're doing at the moment, although it might be something we will consider in the future.
It's also very much a marketing drive they're doing at the moment to just get into meat space.
Yeah, and to be fair, there was a girl there who amazingly enough had had 80 responses for an event she's putting on. Whether they come or not, I don't know. She was in Gibraltar, so I was thinking that's probably not a bad place to be. Actually, I know it's really old fashioned and stuff there, but nevertheless, there are people with lots of money there, so that's probably not a bad place, because they're all tax dodging down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then there were some people in London. Obviously, there's quite a few people live in London town centre, isn't there? So that's probably, you're going to get people there, aren't you? And then there was somebody in Manchester, and then besides that, there was a guy in Sao Paulo in Brazil, and then someone in I can't remember now, somewhere like Madrid or somewhere like that. But like kind of capital cities in different countries. But then what they said about me doing the virtual thing, they said, but you can always shield your Swissborg affiliate link. And I said, well, I could, but you don't do rewards anymore for like UK based users. And they were like, oh yeah. And
right, yeah.
And so I said, does that apply to the actual physical events? And they said, well, yeah. So we can't reward you for that. I said, oh, well, that's not going to work, is it? You know. They said, well,
so,
we can do.
Yeah, so like you talk about like the 30, you get the £30 worth or whatever of, if you get 3 people to come along, does that mean that you'd get £30, but you wouldn't get £30 or euros or whatever?
Well, that's how it worked out in the end, yeah. Because I didn't initially say, well, once I told them where I lived, they were like, oh, well, that's not going to work. So anyway, so sod that. I'm not going to do that.
So that's for the entirety. But okay, so so they're saying that they want ambassadors who, and obviously the YouTube following or the social media platform following is one condition, one prerequisite. But then the other is that you're also a Borg bag holder. Is that the other one? And that the rewards are based on that?
No, I don't think so. It was just. I don't know. That was one of the questions on the thing to get to the thing I went to last night. You know, so
yeah.
I did say I have got some Borg locked up, and I don't know if that sort of qualified me to get as far as the meeting. Maybe it did. I don't know. But anyway,
they said that they wouldn't be allowed to reward you for getting some people together in a pub because the UK regulations say they can't do that.
Yeah, because essentially what they're doing, they're rewarding me for activities based to do with crypto.
Okay. My God, this is not
which
a free
is
country.
Actually against which is it seriously isn't actually, and that's why they excuse me. That's why they stopped the regular rewards. You know, just with the refer a friend sort of thing with the app.
That's insane because it's not even a thing to do with rewards for being a bag holder, is it? It's literally, so it is just they can't reward someone for promoting. So how would if they hired a marketing company and the marketing they reward that marketing company with money, with payment for marketing services, they're not allowed that means they wouldn't be allowed to do that either.
I think if it was UK based, they wouldn't know, which is why they have nobody UK based.
Sorry, my voice is just going to go kind of like to bat level amplitude, and just no one will be able to hear me. And just, but I'm squeaking in outrage.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is that they're doing everything correctly, you know, whereas people like Bitunix or a BitGet, they don't give a toss. They just sort of,
Well, they're in a safe jurisdiction, aren't they? It's wherever they are.
I'm not. Well, they're in China or Singapore or whatever, and
relatively.
And I'm in cider drinking country, but they don't care about that, So they're all right. But what they were saying is we don't do that. We don't want Cyrus to go to jail. And I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. And anyway, yeah, they do like to do things correctly, but that was down to Rishi Sunak, wasn't it? He came up with that sort of thing after saying that the UK was going to be the crypto hub of wherever. Anyway, but absolutely, this country is terrible.
Crypto hub of the Isle of Wight.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you can get away with anything in the Isle of Man. I'm not sure, but anyway, probably. But yeah, so I kind of lost interest in that immediately. However, it does kind of show you that Swissborg are actually sort of, making steps to actually get their name out there and, and create marketing opportunities, I suppose. So at least they're doing that.
Promising within the shackle, the extent to which the shackles allow them.
Yeah,
so at least they are actively trying. Yeah.
So there's that. So yeah. So for the moment, I'm just a Swissborg bag holder. I'm actually thinking of doing something. To be honest, if it goes up in price again, like what it did last year, because it kind of like tripled one week in the summer. If it does that again, I'm just going to sell it and just do something else, because I just can't be arsed waiting for whatever I'm waiting for, because I don't really know what I'm waiting for. I mean, it probably will go up in value when the cards come out in the UK. They've already got cards for some people in Europe now, but they've just they're doing like a soft release to the higher tiers at the moment. So if you're in whatever tier, you can have the card now, and that's as of like about 3 weeks ago. So sure. if I was still living in France, I'd be able to have one now, but I'm not, so I can't. But they do have plans to release the card in the UK. At that point, it should become a bit more attractive. The only thing is, if they do that in the UK, then surely by what I've just said, they won't be allowed to do, cash back and stuff like that for the card, because that would be encouraging a crypto thingy. In which case, how did crypto.com get away with it? I don't quite get it.
Creative interpretation, because probably the rules are so, for the regulations are, I bet the wording is kind of ambiguous in places. It depends on the bravery of their lawyers, I suppose, in terms of interpreting the weasel wording and so on. So,
and things like, if crypto.com got like a $10 million fine, they just pay it.
True. There is pretty much that.
If Swissborg got a $10 million fine, it would impinge on the company a bit, because they're just not that big.
I
mean, they've got money. They got a lot of money, but like they haven't certainly got the amount that like crypto.com have.
They haven't renamed any baseball stadiums or anything like that.
No,
lately.
So sorry, I went on a bit there, didn't I?
It's really interesting. I mean, I learned a bit in the process. Well, there is reinforced it's like the reminder of just exactly which country that we're living in.
But as far as alts go, I mean, because I've got those, and I'm waiting on bloody news for all of them, really. Sort of like I'm waiting on things to happen, and I'm just a little bit fed up with it all, to be honest. Actually, I kind of thought by now, everything would be rosy, and it's not. Everything's been held back, and people are waiting for things to happen. I really can't be arsed with altcoins anymore, to be honest. Actually, that's probably not what people want to hear, is it, on a crypto channel?
Well, at least it's not altcoin daily. Isn't it? Who cares?
Yeah. And I don't even think Bitcoin's the answer to everything either, but I'm quite happy to just keep trading it, because while it's going up and down, I don't really care. As long as I can trade it and make money, that's fine. Sure. In fact, I've actually become really comfortable now with trading USDT pairs rather than, I always used to be all about the inverse perpetuals, so that I just end up with more Bitcoin. Whereas now I'm just kind of interested in the amount of dollars I've got, So
for sure. WJ, I'm just saying, fool me once, shame on you. I said that to my wife last night when she made too much dinner. Then the correct was, so fool me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a case of that, isn't there? Just
at least she didn't say it to you.
It's true. Once.
Not 17 anymore,
Yes, I try. There's all sorts of things popping into my head that I can't really say. This is for Zoid. Okay. Oh, interesting. What do you reckon? Zoid.
What I reckon was I just spoiled it while I was babbling away. That 1 minute with the Bitcoin thing actually came down a little bit further than we thought, actually, but it's going back up again now. So there you go.
Yeah,
so
that's good. Yeah.
So I think, because I completely forgot about it. I forgot I had a trade open, so I was gonna put a stop loss in profit now, so I can just relax and not worry about that. There you go, it's done.
Sure.
Yeah, so probably been going on a bit too long, really, now, haven't we?
We were going to play more jingles, and we had. I don't know if you got time. I was quickly checking the Swissborg price, and just notice on here on the 2-day that Quadzilla TM retracement level is bloody lovely the way it played out, because it marked out all of that, and it got that level as bang on. Let's extend that a bit. So, like, the price came up, wicked above that level, became support for a little while, and then it just kind of smashed on through, wicked above it again, as in smashed on down below it, and tried to get above it. So beautiful, really. Anyway, just wanted to point that out, really, and just bask in the moment of seeing that. It's lovely. So, should we have a very quick look at Chippy, do you think?
I think we should. I think we should, as it's Friday. I mean, we also didn't get last time I looked, I haven't had the rewards from last Friday, last Friday I got the ones from the Friday before last Friday. Anyway, they were a week late last week, and I think they're going to be a week late this week as well, which isn't so good for the thing, is it? But anyway, let's do this.
Perfect lunch by the seaside with girls in a flock. Please savor the moment of Chippy watch. Chippy watch.
Yeah, I just checked. My last rewards were from last Friday, so the ones. I mean, I was paid last Friday, so that was from the Friday before. So the rewards are late this week. There was something on the Telegram saying that they've all been to a stag party or something. So,
but a bunch of party animals there, aren't they? Obviously,
yeah.
So this is amazing. So on the daily chart for Chippy Sol. So I always think that wrapped Sol, but it should be wrapped fish and chips over Sol. But in any case, so Quadzilla was marking out these kind of levels here. I just kind of, I think, I just carried on drawing that one, that level, because it was significant. And the price came down. I mean, it touched that level multiple times along here, doink, 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 and straddled that line more recently. So obviously, it's now finally broken down below it. But there was also this. Maybe that. No, too much. Sorry. This retracement level here that started drawing all the way back. Well, I say all the way back. June 2025, 29th of June. So that is kind of all the way back. It's almost a year ago now, more or less. And the price just wicked down, touched it, boink, and back up. Well, hopefully back up and following that line. So it's been quite a long time since we looked at Chippy last. And so that last time we were kind of putting in these kind of roughly more or less scribbles, but that one in particular just seems kind of interesting, kind of suggesting that the price would kind of drop down, touch that line, then ideally kind of start to work its way back up. But that's a bit optimistic, given that this is a bearish retracement level in its step 3 that's drawing out there. That bit usually suggests that there's a high probability that the price will just kind of retrace to it and actually drop down further, because that's kind of how you'd normally interpret it, that it's there to show that it's a good time to enter a short. But given this is kind of right at the bottom of its kind of baseline bottomness, I guess, so maybe that'll instead form a support level. It's shown a bit of that so far. It touched down on that. It's now working its way back up. This level is going to be resistance for it, so it may bounce off that. Needs to get up to this level and just carry on doing that if it's going to do anything like that at all. But yeah, that ain't looking too good at the moment, unless that does turn out to be the price bottom and they suddenly launch Chippy 2.0 and off it goes, you know.
Yeah.
On the 2-day, similar levels, but that in this it does look a bit more positive, because Quadzilla is drawing out a bullish retracement level along there, and the price has just kind of done exactly what you would want it to do in that case, which is it's kind of wicks down below it, come back above, and now for the step 3 of that that bullish retracement level, you'd expect the price to then kind of work its way up. In other words, follow the pattern that we drew out. So depends on your read of it, really, and also just given the nature of Chippy as an asset, it's going to be dependent on just what they do with it, isn't it? Yeah. But we'll see. So, but in the meantime, we can mark out the expected levels and so on. Then it's just like whenever they do what they do, and with how much conviction and so on, is like when it'll eventually get to those levels. Like back here is very much, oh hey, the price is never going to come down to here. Sure enough, it did. Is just a case of when, and when it came down, it literally just touched down, you know, between then up, hopefully. So yeah, just to keep in mind. Get Quadzilla, by the way. It gives you pinpoint levels and things like that. Even this one, it might have been thinking like, oh, sure, yeah, the price went up, but it for this one, it was following a kind of sideways S-shaped pattern, because it's the other step. So it went down for step 1, step 2 and above, and then down for step 3, and so that actually marked out perfectly exactly what the price is doing there, and the level it came down to turned out to be kind of support for a little while. There was liquidity, there was sideways accumulation there, and then it couldn't hold above it, dropped down below the level, off it went. So yeah, that's what we know about Chippy Coin. I'm getting fish and chips tonight.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, haven't done it for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I am actually, because I know my daughter was going out for a bit of lunch with her friends like now, so I don't know if she'll be fancying it. So I don't know. Don't really know actually. Anyway, but we'll see. I probably will, to be honest. Usually do. Well, that's the good thing, I suppose, with the price being down, is you get more tokens, don't you? So
it's true. Yeah.
So if they'd have got their act together and done it on time, they'd have had to give us less. So yeah, that'll
that's very true. Yeah, I mean, if it, I mean, not that I would immediately sell or anything like that, but I suppose somebody could, if they wanted to, they could immediately sell the Chippy coins that get kind of airdropped into their, just specifically airdropping, but you know, they get dropped into their wallet, and therefore have just paid for their fish and chips. So you can just do that, and then it genuinely is free fish and chips. And or of course do what we're doing, which is just like hold on to the coins, because it's kind of, you know, you got your fish and chips anyway, just enjoy them. You know, and then just maybe something bigger will come of that at some later point.
Hold on to Chippy and watch it go down in value.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, it gives you entertainment value. Watching the price spiral around the drain.
Yeah. I don't know. It's there's so much of that this time next year, Rodney, and goes on with crypto. I know you're always kind of looking forward to something happening.
There is a bit of that. I mean, it suggests that by the time Chippy 2.0 is released, it's got to be like it's going to be so advanced. If they are just holding on for the next, like maybe for the bear market bottom, the bear market low, and then like release it at a time with things starting to head upwards, then by then it's going to be like Chippy 3.0 in terms of what's in it. You'd think, unless they just kind of stopped developing. It's like, well, it's done now. We're just going to let that sit there, ready for the right time to release it.
I don't really know what the plan is. Oh, the market's just opened and everything's dumping.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go have a look.
Which is cool, because I just got out of my trade just before that. That was good.
Go to the 1 minute. Bleeding heck. Okay. Yeah. Gosh.
So where's that going to then?
Let's go to the 30 minute, maybe. Okay. If it drops through that level just there, then might expect to drop down to there or there or there. Something like those. That level, interesting. That retracement level. This is only on the 30 minutes. Sorry. Yes, that's right. That level, retracement level point, continued to be relevant. It would support their resistance there, kind of support there, as in just like the price poked above, failed, came back down. Same, and so that level very much marked out the top of that range that it's been in. But I think that price there, 69.8, is going to be a level that it's going to want to hold. I think just hold on to that. If it breaks down, then it's going to come down to this sort of level, 69.1 maybe.
That's all good. There's like
on the 1 hour there is that level there as well, actually, because that retracement level is perfectly pinpointed actually for that, wick down, point and up. That's kind of ideal when it just wicks just below the level and then heads on upwards. So the market was in a deep downtrend for that. So even though it did do exactly what it's meant to do, it then continued down. But yes, that level as well continued to be a bit relevant because the price wicked down to the same level. Just
can't quite see where that is. Is that about 65.4 or something like that? Is it
this one? 69.6.
Oh,
on the 1 hour. There is that one there. Yeah, 65.4.
Okay, all right.
Just from all the way over there. Okay. Go back to the 1 because that's where the fun is at the moment. So, okay. Interesting that Quadzilla started drawing in that bearish retracement level just then. Oh, you know what? It caught that drop really nicely on the red bar, on the momentum oscillator. Very much. It kind of called that just before it started happening. So, but yeah, in fact, so that very short-lived retracement level just there, but it played out nicely. So that was saying the price is going to come up here and wick just above that level and then continue to drop down. That's exactly what it did.
Yeah.
Down it continues. So we also got this on the EMAs, the 21 obviously crossed below the 55 on there very sharply. So
it's done that on the 4 hour as well. So I do think we've got quite a bit more downside to go actually.
Yeah. I mean, there's a similar thing there with this bearish retracement level. In its step 2, it's saying the price is going to come up above here and then dropped below in it during its step 3. I don't know if you can really see, but it carried on drawing the red line along there for the step 3s, and it did exactly that. Doink. Kind of bounced off it a bit, but then kind of continued down. In fact, that level I drew in there, I think that was on the half hour, wasn't it, where I drew that one in, which I think was an extension of a retracement level there. So far, yeah, the price it wicks just below that level and just continued up.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right. Okay. Right.
Mind if I play a jingle?
You can do whatever you like. You do whatever you like.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. So, acting like a spoiled child here. So, I just want to quickly play the Mafftopia live jingle. So we did a live stream yesterday at 4:30 p.m. UK time, because we do it like every Tuesday and Thursday for that. So if you haven't seen the well, I suppose if you haven't seen that live stream yet, do go back and check it out. It's kind of interesting, all AI type stuff, and what I thought was a really interesting discussion around various recent kind of relevant aspects of it. But this is a new jingle that we show, the new intro. Sure, there's going to be a full minute. So see how it goes.
The future is now.
Mafftopia, save with crypto too. It's Mafftopia news, speed run brought to you. Fascinating science news. Fascinating science news.
Kind of feel like it needs a sort of like live from Norwich or something.
Yeah. So instead of a dancing or bopping gremlin, it needs Nicholas Parsons bopping away. So yeah, so basically, that's Mafftopia, fascinating science and technology news. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, do head over to the channel and get subscribed. And I was thinking I'm probably going to start putting out actual recorded videos again rather than just live streams. So kind of do both.
Yeah.
So you have to figure that one out.
Yeah, me too on this channel, because I've been a bit lax recently.
Yeah.
I haven't done many. I don't know. They yeah. I need to come up with some like really catchy topics and stuff, sort of. But yeah, I don't know really. I'll work it out.
Yeah.
Right, I've got to go because I must admit the start of the show threw me a little bit. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, just
it's the best laid plans and all that.
Well, it was annoying because we had an audience, didn't we? And then obviously because the URL changed, they all disappear, or
Yeah.
If they find it late, they go there and it's finished, So or finished and never started or whatever,
Yeah.
It's all a bit annoying. Anyway, but right, thanks for everyone who did come here. Congratulations for finding us. That was really good. Thanks, Maff, for helping out with the technical stuff at the start as well. As well as doing all the stuff that you do here. I still haven't published the new Quadzilla version. Actually, I'll do that over the weekend. That might be quite a nice thing to do, or maybe make it come out on Monday, like what we do sometimes. That's probably the way to go.
Yeah, definitely. I should probably let Craig, who was it? Was one of the traders in the Save With Crypto Discord, isn't it? Who was looking for those just like the plot names, so he can hook those out to his trading bot. I think
Is he waiting on me to do this? I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do it.
I think he's just kind of like experimenting with it, really. But
okay.
yeah. See, Dan Sev, wasn't it? So
okay.
Sarah, if you're waiting, then shouldn't be too long.
In which case, shall I do it sooner rather than later, or?
I think so. Yeah, and then we'll just tell him it's done.
Right, yeah. I'll get it done today then. Right.
Righty-hoo. Okay.
Brilliant. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. Please do give the stream a like and make sure you're subscribed and all that sort of stuff. I'll probably do some videos over the weekend as I do normally. And yeah, trade safe. And yeah, it looks like we'll probably go a bit lower before we go back up anyway. So
looking that way. Yeah,
looking that way indeed. All right, so we'll be back on Monday doing a live stream, and then we'll take it from there. All right, take care everyone, have a great weekend, and see you very, very, very soon.